What's up, gamers? It's me. Forrest, by the way, in case you didn't know my name. It's more Isaac. After my embarrassing display in greed mode, I thought to myself, you know, I gotta get more of the basics down. I have to be better at playing the game. Well, that's pretty darn good. Seems really good. Don't know how I'm gonna get that, but that's okay. And listen, nobody wakes up good at the Binding of Isaac. Okay, I don't need that either. But it's a learning process, you know? We can't all just be, you know, good at something. Sometimes you're bad at something, and being bad is the entertainment, right before taking damage. All right, sure. That's probably gonna backfire on me. But sometimes you just gotta take your licks until you're good at the game. And that's what we're doing. I guess I'll just wait to take that heart. I'm looking for the item room. So I got back from a little weekend getaway. Mysterious liquid, yes sir. Seems pretty good. And I'm just recharging a little bit, you know. Went to Helen, Georgia, which if you've never heard of that, I don't blame you, because it's a little nothing burger of a town in middle of nowhere, mountainous Georgia. Although they do have, it's quite interesting. They have a, I didn't know I started with a pill. That's interesting. They have a Cabbage Patch doll, I guess the headquarters, but more importantly than the headquarters, they have, it's the farm. It's, you know, in the lore of the Cabbage Patch Kids, they have the birthplace of the Cabbage Patch Kids. And from what I've heard, I have sources tell me they have some kind of like
Health up.
birthing ritual or something for the Cabbage Patch dolls. It's free to go, you know, so if you're in North Georgia and that interests you at all, I don't really know how it could, but hey, that's up for you to decide, quite frankly. Oh yeah, I don't have any keys. Could use a key of some sort. That'd be awesome. Thank you. Moving above 0.85 speed makes Isaac immune to contact damage. Okay. I don't really know how to use that. Tinted, by the way. Dang it. There's no way I was gonna get that. Yeah, I'm wondering how to actually activate the Ares. Is there like a charge move that I can do? Is it like a dash mechanic? You just have to be quick at the game? Bomb, please. Okay. Moving above, I guess that's just... makes me immune to contact damage. Well, I do move. I'm moving pretty quickly. I'm moving different. Moving sideways. Not. I'm moving entirely sideways because I accidentally used my death card. As is my right, as is my God-given right, to mess up how the items work in this game. Okay. Well, I think it's worth going into the shop, but I'm also going to save a key. Okay, well, that's not good for me, but that's okay. Seems like a good run so far. It's a pretty vanilla run. But there's nothing wrong inherently with vanilla, but there is something wrong with plain Cheerios. I just have to put that out there. I am a plain Cheerios hater. Like, if you just wanted to eat a bowl of bread for breakfast, you could have just ate bread. You didn't need to involve a whole box of whatever. Okay. I'm probably not going to get this devil deal just because I'm not used to fighting this guy yet, and there's a lot to focus on. Like, you should get hit. Yes, sir. I'm learning. I'll take the devil deal because I've got 5 hearts. Spectral Tears and Flight. Well, that would have been useful to me last floor. Still take it though. Happy to take it. I guess I'll explore. There's no reason not to explore. So Spectral Tears plus Flight is kind of sick. It's kind of sick when you think about it. I don't have any bombs. Whatever. I think that's okay. Now at this point, I don't really care if I take any more devil deals because I feel like I got a good one. I think I got a good one. It's not like an Isaac Pog. He's not pogging at the item, but library, Book of Belial, and Book of Rev. Okay. Using the item replaces the floor's boss with a horseman. I think that's okay. I mean, this is just bad. I should take both because Bookworm. But, hey, how come I can't see my health? Did something happen to me? I didn't think I was playing on hard mode. When you're me, every day is hard mode, man, because I'm so bad. Oh, I forgot. I forgot I had panic button. I don't think I need panic button. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and just drop panic button. But you know what? It's a good thing that damage was prevented, but now I have to... Just scared to have it. I feel like that's going to hurt me in some way. Yeah, okay. It's generally a good thing to have, it feels like. Please. This is the poison build. Well, you can't even really call it a build. There's no builds in this game. It's just whatever happens, happens. But that's okay. You know, Isaac isn't one of those games where you get to decide what happens. Isaac is a game where you roll with the punches. And sure, you can have like some agency. You know, I'm scared of taking pills because I don't know what my health is. I'm sure it's fine, but also I don't need to risk it, you know? Don't need to risk it. I do have to fight a horseman, but I think that's okay. I'm a little annoyed because I would like to... I've got a bomb, but... And that's probably a secret room. But I'm also not, like, too plussed about it, you know? Not plussed about the secret room. If I get a spare bomb, that's one thing. But anyway, I guess I can do contact damage, but I'm just scared because why would I? Why do I need to? You know, why do I need to risk it? I'm sure I'm totally safe. Why do people go for the bland food items? Converts one soul or black heart into a heart container. Oh, I might as well pop that. I think that's okay. Let's see what that does for me. If it might not even be good, which is fine. It's totally fine if that's bad for me. We should make a tier list of all of the plainly flavored food items. I'm just gonna donate. I'm not really too concerned about shopping this run. Yes, we should make a tier list of all the plainly flavored food items. Probably would have been better to feed the beggar, honestly, but what are you gonna do? This might be a good horseman for me to fight. He's kind of taking a little while. Actually, this might be a bad horseman for me to fight. Because is he like immune to poison damage? Also, I thought for sure I had another soul heart. What happened to my soul heart? Oh my word. This run might be cooked. I know I get like a res, but this is horrible. I guess I could like stand next to him. We're just gonna be here for a little while. I think like the room will be fine, but I will not be. You know what I mean? Just gotta... Yeah, I don't think this guy takes poison damage. And I thought I had another soul heart, but I already said that. I don't need to say that again. Kind of wondering where it all went wrong. But, you know, it's not like the hardest fight in the world. It's just, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing? Okay, well, at least he's spawning new guys now. He's never done this before. Again, I wasn't like too concerned about getting devil deals. Obviously, I'm not concerned about getting devil deals. All bandages, whatever. Guess I should make sure that I don't need any more health. Okay, I don't. Huh. Yeah, I guess I just only had one soul heart. I thought this generated +1 soul heart. Yeah, but I had one to begin with. That's what happens when I don't know what I'm holding. I don't know what my health is. Recently I was wondering, hey, how come they don't make more like how come they don't make more Christmas horror movies? And Universal dared to answer the question, how come? Indeed. And I have to say that 2015 Krampus, starring Adam Scott and Toni Collette and David Koechner, not really a watchable movie in the traditional sense of the word. Your eyes will perceive it, but it's not gonna land, you know? It just, something about it just feels rancid. Because it's kind of a classic, like, oh, you know, we forgot what we value during the holidays movie. Because this kid wishes that his family didn't exist. You know, pretty typical, like, Home Alone setup, but way less entertaining. Because everybody, one, is home alone together, so just right there, you're kind of like messing up the Home Alone part where it's really one person. And also, it's just like the movie. It's one of those movies that was maybe better in maybe better as a thought experiment than it was as like an actual movie, because it's just, I think this is the problem with like most mainstream horror movies as well, is a lot of them are better in execution and most of them are just like, okay, how, like, I think that horror movies are reverse engineered to figure out, okay, we've got some scenes where we can kill people in creative ways. Now, how do we like just loosely put a plot together, just barely enough, so that people, like, we can justify the price of entry on this thing. And Krampus is one of those movies where it's like, okay, sure, you know, in the idea of Krampus, or Krampus as, you know, the Germans pronounce it, is, you know, it's a solid idea. It's like, oh, you know, it's Santa, but a little spooky. He's Santa, but like he's evil. You know, it's provocative. It gets the brain juices flowing. But really, all it is it's like the movie takes that premise and just, you know, it really leans into the Santa stuff and less the evil Santa stuff. You know, like, why not make him a little more German? Why not make him have some German-inspired kills? Like, do you think that, oh, this really is the poison run? Is the audience not going to be culturally intelligent enough to understand that this is a German folk monster? What am I saying? I'm not really sure. I'm kind of just trying not to get hit. Is it working though? Do you feel like I'm saying something of value? Ooh, spicy! I guess I could. You know, I'll do the fight. It's okay. It's okay to do the fight. See, this is how I feel like this fight is supposed to go when the boss isn't immune to poison damage. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take my brekkie. Guppy, Gimpy, not Guppy, Gimpy. I mean, there's both pretty good. I don't really care about Necro. I guess Bookworm. I don't think that's worth the heart container. Definitely take that. I don't think that's worth the heart container, man. I feel like this run's pretty good. Doesn't really need to be juiced all that hard. I'm trying to figure out where the door is, because this feels like a secret room. Oh. All right. You guys peek up a little? Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It's like just barely watchable. Like, derogatory. Probably I would give it like a 5 out of 10. You know, and I don't have anything against David Koechner, but I find his shtick unamusing. Like, because he always plays the same guy. I really have to wonder, I guess I could just look it up. I have to wonder if David Koechner is like a Larry the Cable Guy situation, where he's like a character actor who has just kind of invented his persona. I don't need to do the challenge room. Because it feels like that's the case. It feels like that's... Like, David Koechner always plays the same guy. He plays that same redneck adjacent... I feel like David Koechner... He feels like the kind of guy who, like, secretly went to Juilliard, you know? So I would love some range. I can't hit these eye guys at all. Yeah, that's, like, really good. I don't really care about my creeps as much as I care about my soul hearts or making spiders. That's awesome. Please. Like, the character is so fast that I can't calibrate the speed at which I need to be going. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Am I just saying stuff into the void? Maybe I am. You know, I used to, I just flew right into that. I used to think that I was not a hot tub guy for a while. Because I thought, oh, you know, like, oh, you go to the pool and, oh, surprise, there's a bunch of people like crowding the hot tub. You get in, it's just like, quite frankly, it's a mess. It's a disaster. I mean, I guess I'll pick it up for the transformation, but... And it's just like... It's too many people in the hot tub to actually... What? To actually enjoy it. So I always thought, what? Don't come over by me. But it turns out that hot tubs are awesome when you and one other person are the only person in them. I feel like, man, I can't believe I lost my Devil's Deal. See, this is why I'm losing greed, by the way. That's why I'm losing my greed runs, just taking horrible damage. Every time I have seen, like, maybe people in public just have less... Shame the right word? I don't know if shame is the right word. They have less resistance, I guess. Maybe that's the word I'm going to use there. They have less resistance to being in a crowded hot tub than I do. And I wonder why that is. Are they normal or am I normal? What's the anticipated behavior of being in a hot tub? Because I feel like it's not even really that I think that it's gross, which it probably is in some way. But I think that it's a little... It's just too... Like, I don't want to be that close to all those people. In, you know, in the same enclosed space, you know? That's just me personally. Like, I'm a person, I like my bubble, you know? I like a little bit of room to stretch my legs. And I think like a public, or really, I guess any hot tub that has more than 2 people in it, you don't really get to do that. I guess I could look for spirit, or for the secret room. It's not here. Could be here. I don't know why it would be here. I'm not gonna look too hard. Okay, good enough for me. If we find the one spirit room, I think that's okay. Well, I lost my soulies for what? For what even? That was still pretty worth it considering I've got greed. I know the gimmick with Lazarus is you get to die and respawn, but I'm trying pretty hard to not die so that I think you either unlock a character or a challenge or something when you are Lazarus and don't die. I really would not like to take this pill if I can help it. Pretty good chest room, though. Double my number of red hearts and an unidentified pill. Gotta take a little peek for tinted. Pretty good run so far, I think. But anyway, yeah, I just like, I guess the reason I bring up the hot tub is over the weekend, my fiance and I went to a cabin that had our own private hot tub. It was on the balcony. And it was nice, you know, but I also forget that a hot tub is one of those things that you can have too much of a good thing pretty quickly. I don't know why I thought that was gonna be something, because I feel like the chest room probably would not have allowed me to put a secret room there. Yeah, but the one thing about, it's nice, like, because it is the winter time, it's nice having a hot tub while it's cold outside, but you also have to do the embarrassing little shiver walk from the indoors into the hot tub, because okay, sure, more tears, that's gotta be pretty good. Yo, actually having a stick is paying off for once. Let's go. Yeah, so we had our own little private hot tub, and it's pretty nice, but yeah, you have to do the shivering shimmy, as I like to refer to it, if you want to get into the hot tub. And then, heaven forbid, you have to like put the cover back on the hot tub. So you get out of the hot tub, you're wet and it's cold outside, so you're taking like frost damage while you're trying to put the cover back on the hot tub. And it's still, I guess, like worth it in a way, you know? Because it's pretty nice being in the thing. Once you're in it, man. Like, you can enjoy it. Your heart's content. But, yeah. It's also, I guess, like, it's the point of a hot tub. This is my dopamine, riddled brain talking here, but there's not a lot to do in the hot tub once you're in it. And I'm mostly talking to the kids here. Adults, we don't have to talk about that, okay? This is a family channel, allegedly. Not really a family game, but it's a family channel. But yeah, so the town that we went to is, it's, you know, for lack of a better word, a tourist town. But not like, it's not a huge tourist town, which is nice. So that basically means you get to do all the fun stuff. without huge lines. There's definitely lines for some things, but like when you're up in the mountains, I feel like you're kind of doing yourself a disservice by like going to a tourist trap. Why am I saying tourist? Tourist. Wow. How did that even... I guess I just bumped the bomb. You know what? Oh, this is worth it. It's worth it. I'm not using these bombs. But we went to a place for breakfast this morning, which is a little like German bakery slash cafe. And the line for the cafe was like through the building, out the door, down onto like the sidewalk. And I was just like wondering, I'm so glad that my fiance is like decisive and does not accept things for the way that they are, because my thought was, oh boy, it's a long line, but it's going to move quickly because these people are here for baked goods. They'll get a baked good and they'll leave. But as it turns out, most of the line was to sit down in a little, you know, little shed, little like a very small room, a quite small room for a dining establishment. Maybe like 10, 12 tables total that seated like 4 people each. And no wonder that people are like waiting out the door for table service, because like there's no room for anybody to eat or nothing. And so thankfully my fiance had thought doubles all room clear rewards. Okay, that's probably good. My fiance had thought, why don't we just like sneak inside and see what the line looks like? And wouldn't you know it, everybody who was waiting outside was waiting for a seat in the cafe. But we just like got straight into the bakery line, and we're in and out in 5 minutes. Now, granted, we don't get to sit down, but I think that's okay. I think that's fine, personally. But the the issue that I usually have with doing those things, with what looks like line cutting, is I don't like I'm letting my my social anxiety out a little here when I say this, but I don't like being perceived as somebody who is breaking the rules, because we have rules for a reason. You know, like we live in a society, to quote George Costanza. We live in a society, we have like rules. We have an agreement. But if I am ever in a position where I like where it looks like I'm eschewing the rules for for my own personal gain. Because if you're breaking the rules for somebody else's gain, you're not a jerk, you're Robin Hood. That's a totally different thing. Do you think they called him Robin Hood because he was stealing? I'm sure that question's been asked before by dumber people than I, i.e. stand-up comedians. I'm joking! Listen, I'm not really like a big stand-up comedy fan. Like, I'm very selective when it comes to stand-up comedy, but for the most part, I'm not all that interested. You might say, but Forrest, you do improv comedy. What's the difference? The difference is I'm tired of being mistaken for being a stand-up comedian. Everybody thinks that they're the same thing when they're not. They're not at all. Improv is about teamwork. It's about camaraderie. It's about failing together. stand-up comedy is it's a little self-aggrandizing, you know? And then you might say, oh, but there's self-deprecating stand-up comics. What about them? And then I say, those are the most self-aggrandizing comedians, because they think, oh, you know, if I'm gonna self-deprecate, then the audience will say, oh no, you're not like this at all. You're actually awesome. Which is why I find self-deprecating commentary, I guess, be lowbrow. Although I say that, and honestly, I went through a phase, as we all did when we were in college, where I enjoyed a little self-deprecating humor. But, you know, I think we're no longer in a decade. We're not in an era of self-deprecating humor anymore. We're in an era of positive and a good, healthy self-talk humor. Now, the millennials out there, the 40 and 50-year-olds, older millennials, I should say, they're still, you know, they love that self-deprecating humor a lot. It feels like you go to any Jim Gaffigan comedy special, and it's, I love food and I love it too much, guys. Am I right? I don't know. I think that was a pretty bad Jim Gaffigan impression, but you get the idea. I would like a comedian to have a little more to say. That's all I'm saying. And maybe I'm just asking too much. And maybe I just don't need to ask anything at all, because I'm paying them. But, you know, and maybe this is folly in saying this, but maybe I think that comedy peaked with Seinfeld. You think about that? Observational comedy hurts nobody. I don't even know like what happened to those guys. Let's clear a couple more rooms before we keep going. I'm not saying that like what I'm doing here is comedy, far from it. But I am saying that not everybody can do this. Why am I saying that? I'm not really sure, because it's kind of easy, actually. No, it's not really easy. It's actually kind of annoying. Being a streamer, playing video games, being a Let's Player is a little annoying. You put a lot of work in, you know? I say a lot of work. I'm honestly not putting that much work in. It's amazing that I'm, you know, still doing this, to be honest. Because I put in about as much effort as you're seeing. And, you know, people keep clicking. So really, this is your fault. I am as you made me. I mean, I'm definitely gonna peak. Damage and black hearts. Yeah, that seems worth trading. Absolutely seems worth. I don't know about false PhD, but I'll take this to start. Yeah, I don't really want to take all that. Advise all pills, converts all good pills into bad pills. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's just win the run, quite frankly. Getting ready to pack for another trip. Had a little short trip this weekend with the missus, and then the next trip is gonna be a big trip with her family. Oh, come on. Well, it's not really the family isn't going on the trip. It's oh yeah, I have Aries. Oh. I guess I'm gonna win the run. It's okay with you. I'm just gonna win the run. Holy smokes. I did a lot of damage. Got a little packing. It's nice, like, packing during the winter, because you're essentially just packing some sweaters and some jeans. Varying patterns of sweaters and jeans. A quarter! I thought that you got something for beating the game with Lazarus, but I guess not. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.